Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another disturbing one. Recent missing person whose body was found dead in the river, Lewis PIOVESANA. There is a mystery behind what actually took place that day. And I want to delve into some information that this gives us a bit more of an insight into what happens to Lewis, what potentially could have happened to Lewis, and if there was anything nefarious that would have taken place that evening. Let's check this out. So I've got a few videos that I want to bring to your attention, but I do want to start with this article published by ITV News. It says, missing Louise called 999 before disappearance. Now that's extremely weird, but according to what's being said, Louise would have got himself a taxi to this location. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is camera footage of Louise. And this is some sort of car park. Looks like he's wandering, looks lost. Maybe he's on some type of drugs, perhaps. Here he is walking past the Tesco's. And then we see him running. I mean, it's extremely weird and bizarre behavior. That was the last seen footage of Louise. He does come across like he's had a few to drink. It says here at 3 a.m. he made a 999 call to Avon and Somerset Police, which he ended after 34 seconds. Now, I wonder why he would have made that call. Trying to unlock his phone and he accidentally pressed the emergency button because he was a bit waved out of his face. I mean, that was possible. After he realized what he had done, he maybe had hung up the phone. Him being slightly waved could explain the 34 seconds. Attempts to call Lewis back were made, but these were unanswered. A text was then sent to his phone requesting he call back to confirm he was safe. In the meantime, efforts were made to try and establish the location the phone call was made from. At 3:04 a.m., the force received a call from a third party concerned for a man walking in the area close to Junction 2 of the M32. Officers attended the call and carried out inquiries around the area, but did not see the man in question. Now, the last confirmed footage, as we said, of Louise that night would have been at the click and collect facility behind Tesco's Extra. Now, his bag, phone, and wallet were later found discarded at the retail park by a friend using a tracking app linked to Louise's phone. Subsequent CCTV inquiries showed Louise discarding those items. Don't ask yourself at that point, what was the reason for why he was getting rid of his items? Why would he get rid of his phone? Why would he chuck his bag? I mean, that just didn't make any sense. Any kind of logical explanation I have at this moment in time, based on the footage I have seen of Louise, is he was slightly waved out of his face, or he was on some type of drugs. Now, in the process of this all going on, ladies and gentlemen, as we can imagine, his family were extremely concerned. His sister gathered family and friends of over 150 people to get together and help with the search. Now, after a number of days of searching the local area, the authorities decided to scour the riverbanks and search the water. After a number of hours of searching that river, unfortunately for the family, Louise's body was found. It was discovered in that river. Now, that news must have been heartbreaking. It must have been extremely traumatizing for the family. What was going through their son's minds? What was Louise thinking? Why was Louise trying to call the police? Was Louise drunk? Was he on drugs? There are multiple questions that do need to be answered. Of course, there will be an autopsy, and I do feel that should be followed by a toxicology report as well, just to see if there were any drugs or alcohol in his system. But this one here is not only disturbing, it's extremely mysterious. Now, some people believe there is a serial killer on the loose in Bristol and the neighboring areas. Now, I'm not saying that there is. There are people that believe this, and this person could be linked to the death of Louise, as well as multiple other people. Let's check this out.
Serial killer on the loose in Bristol. I've seen a lot of speculation on social media as whether there is a Bristol pusher, and I'm going to explain to you the reasons for this fear now. Sadly, 2 days ago, on the 3rd of March 2025, the body of 26-year-old Lewis PIOVESANA was found in the River Frome. The morning that Lewis went missing at 3 a.m, he actually made a call to 999. However, the call dropped after 34 seconds. Jack sadly went missing after a night out in Bristol with his friends. He tried to call his friend, and then his friend called back, and Jack said hello, and the call disconnected. There has been no further sightings of Jack since. In 2017, there was also 4 bodies recovered from Bristol in 4 months. This is where the speculation of a Bristol pusher emerged from. because all the bodies were found in water.
Wow, wow, wow. And that's 4 bodies in 4 months, she said.
The 4 individuals who were sadly found deceased in 2017 were 33-year-old Jason Gergel, 24-year-old Deacon Wilkins, Lewis Ball, 26, and Abdul Muhammad, 29. As you can see, all individuals do seem to be male and of the same age bracket, and also found in similar circumstances, mostly around the same time and night they disappeared. Sadly, 2 more men have went missing in the last 24 hours around the Bristol waterfront. Ryan Hedges and Lee Walsh, again missing in the early hours after a night out. Avon and Somerset Police.
So another 2 people missing at this moment in time, Ryan and Lee Walsh. Let me quickly write that down. Ryan and Lee Walsh. Why are so many people going missing? What's going on?
Said there is any suspicious circumstances and haven't released any statement about there being a serial killer possibility. I don't think the prospect of this is too far-fetched. This is due to the similarities between the deaths, the times, and the victims being male and the age bracket. It is also not unusual for a serial killer to have a cluster of deaths within a specific time, stop for a while, and then start again. What's everybody else's thoughts on the matter? I'll also keep you up to date with the disappearance of the 3 other males if any more information comes to light.
Let's give her a like for that video there. That is extremely weird. A number of people, more or less in the same area, going missing. We already know about Jack. We've done a video a few months ago on Jack, and I do apologize because I know there's a number of people that have been sending me emails in regards to doing more videos on Jack. In fact, I was putting together a plan to do a video, 5 missing person cases that need our immediate help. If that's something you would like to see, make sure you hit the like button and leave that comment in the comment section down below. It definitely is strange. And what Becca has said in this video, is it a coincidence? How many coincidences are there? Over 5 in a short space of time. 4 in 4 months, she said. People found dead in the river. So just to kind of give the final bit of context to this, it does look like he was out raving the night this all took place. It says here that he was last seen by his friends at 2:55 in the morning on the Friday following a night out at the Jam Jar in St. Jude's. So he was out, had a few to drink. I mean, who's to say he could have been spiked? I'm not saying that he was, but, you know, out in the nightclub, these things can happen. It did look like he had a few too many to drink. Also, in that environment, there is a strong possibility that you can consume some form of narcotics as well. So he basically left the nightclub. He called his partner at 2:59, leaving a distressing voicemail where he can be heard asking to be let out of the car. Now, we're not too sure what was going on at that point in time, but there could have been some sort of argument with the taxi driver at that moment. At 3:03, he made the 999 call, and that could have been due to this argument with the taxi driver. Can't be for certain at this moment in time. We're just trying to theorize, right? He made that call to the police. It only lasted 34 seconds, and then we see the CCTV footage of him outside Tesco's in their car park, and he did look like he didn't know what he was doing. He looked like he needed help. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a sad time for the PIOVESANA family. Condolences to them and their friends. There's not much information out there giving us the details of what could have potentially happened. Right now, we're just theorizing. It's my opinion, just my own theories on this. Sadly, this is a life that has been lost, but hopefully we can find out the truth as to what happened to Lewis. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are newly watching. Make sure you turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on future videos. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.